Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and in this video I'm going to be going over all the major things you need to know for week 3. That's raid week, that's the start of season 1, start of PvP season, everything like that. We're going to go through all the Mythic Plus stuff you need to know, and then we're going to touch on the Torghast and the PvP stuff that you need to know as well. Just quickly touch on the PvP stuff, it's not my specialty, but at least get the information out there to people. So I'm going to be using Wowhead's articles on this for references. So I'll put a link to those in the info. Blizzard did put out a statement though, an actual blue post about this, and so this is where they got the information from, and so this is all confirmed. And we'll go ahead and get started with Mythic Plus for this week. So this is the first week of Mythic Plus, start of season 1. And what you need to know is item levels, what item level each mythic dungeon will drop, the end loot, what that'll get you in your Great Vault, and then I'll kind of remind you just a little bit how the Great Vault works again as well. So we're gonna go Mythic 2 all the way to Mythic 15, technically, Mythic 14, I guess. Mythic 2, at the end of the dungeon, you can expect to get 187 loot, and in your Great Vault, it'll be 200. I'm just gonna look through these really quick. No, it's not. It's not uniform. So never mind. I will go through them all individually. Then you can expect to get 200 in your weekly vault if you do a Mythic plus 2. Plus 3, you go 190 end of dungeon. I'll do it in that format. End of dungeon, then weekly vault. 190, 203. Mythic plus 4, 194, 207. So only a 4 up, 4 higher there. Mythic 5, 194, 210. Mythic 6, so yes, that was 2 194s in a row. Mythic 6, 197, 210. Mythic 7, 200, 213. Mythic 8, 200, 216. Mythic 9, 200, 216, so 8 and 9 are the same. Mythic 10, 203, 220. Mythic 11, 203, 220. Mythic 12 and 13, 203, 223. And then Mythic 14, and then everything after that, 203, 226. So 226 is going to be the highest you can get from your weekly vault at the start of next week. Now, how do you go about doing this? So just to kind of recap how that Great Vault's going to work. So if you're just farming gear, let's just do that really quick. If you're just farming gear, like for just farming dungeons for gear, like you just want to get item level upgrades, then you don't need to go any higher than 10 to do that. However, with the way this new vault works, if you're really obsessed with gearing up, or you're just like a high-end player, then you're going to want to do 10 Mythic Pluses that are at least level 14. Now that's going to be asking a lot for your Great Vault there, but that is what it is. So if you're just farming for the gear at the end of dungeons, you need to do a bunch of Mythic 10s. That or just as high as you can go, but Mythic 10. After that, it doesn't go any higher for the end of dungeon loot. And then for the Great Vault, you go all the way up to 14 for end of dungeon loot. You can go as high as you want, of course, but there's no real benefit of going higher other than IO score or whatever. And then so let's say you run 114, you will get one piece of loot to choose from. Remember, you're choosing in your Great Vault from everything. So if you clear the raid, let's just say you're even for this example, we'll just use a more casual player. Let's say you clear normal though, right? You clear the normal raid. So your first 3 options on your Great Vault are going to be 3 normal pieces of loot from any boss from the raid, because that's what you killed. That's what your options are going to be. Because you cleared the whole raid, that's why you get 3 options. On your Mythic Plus tier, which is what we're doing now, if you do 1 Mythic Plus dungeon, then you're just going to get a piece of loot corresponding to that. So if I just did a 1 plus 14, something terrible came up, I did 1 plus 14, then I would just get 1 226 loot. That would be my only option in that row. So if I wanted the 226, I would just have to take that. That would be my only option. However, if I did 4, I get 2 options, and that's going to, again, it's going to go off of the highest ones that you did. So if I wanted the max, I would have to do 4 14s. If I want 3 things to choose from, again, you don't get 3 things. You get to choose from more things, more options. Then I would have to do 10 Mythic 14s, which is, again, going to be quite a bit. So hopefully you kind of have an idea of how that Great Vault works before this. I have a video on it from months ago at this point, but that I explain it even more than that. But that's kind of how that works. And then I won't have to talk about the Great Vault again too much in the PvP portion of this, because it's large. It's the same. It just works on honor instead. So that's how Mythic Plus is going to work for this week and set up our Great Vaults. Let's go ahead and really quickly talk about Torghast. Torghast isn't too much to talk about. It's just an increase of Soul Ash, basically. So we're going to have 4, 5, and 6 layers opened up. So, roughly speaking, twice as hard, level 3 to level 6. And that's going to allow us to get more Soul Ash. With 2 wings open, so if there's still only 2 wings open, that would be 970 Soul Ash per week that will be available to us. So we're almost getting up enough to do like a starter legendary per week, and eventually we'll be about at that much. But so about 970 Soul Ash per week. We're going from 1 through 3 to 1 through 6. So you have 6 levels, probably just 2 wings open, but there are 3 wings. I think there's only ever 2 wings open at a time, perhaps. I wish I could remember that for sure, but with 2 wings open and 6 levels total. And then really quick, let's hit up the PvP stuff as well. I'm actually not even going to go into the Great Vault portion of this, because I honestly, they changed it from conquest to honor, I think, at one point, so you had to earn like a ton of honor. But I'll just tell you what the item level can be from the corresponding to your rank. So unranked item level would be 200, so still not too bad, honestly. Combatant would be 207, challenger 213, rival 220, and duelist 226. And then they actually lined out set out how you earn conquest as well. So if you earn 550, you can earn up to 550 conquest every week. Now, people are complaining about this. I'm not going to get into this. If it becomes a whole thing, I'll do a video about it. But they're saying it's way too low. I don't know. I can't remember from like Warlords how it was, but 550 conquests per week is the max. So every single week. So, but let's say you don't PvP much this week. You're in Mythic Plus the whole time. You only get 200. Well, then the next week you would get like 900. Well, max of 900. So your cap just goes up by 550 per week. So that's what you would. That's how that works. And then a lot of things cost a lot of conquest. People are saying, as it's set up right now, you wouldn't be able to buy a PvP weapon until February. That does seem a little long, but some people also were saying that's the way it's always been. I can't remember. I remembered I did have to grind hard to get a weapon, but it's an interesting thing. If it becomes a huge deal, then I'll talk about it more. But I just wanted to give you guys the item levels mostly for the gear and like what rank you have to be to get that gear. So again, I'll just go through it real quick one more time. Unranked 200, combatant 207, challenger 213, rival 220, and duelist 226. Other than that, the raid is open. It's the normal and heroic version of the raids are open this week, and then Mythic will be next week, and then the Mythic Plus stuff will change, and the capsule and everything will change up to Mythic level at that point. So PvP will raise up to Mythic level and everything like that. So, or just under it or whatever it normally is will be how it changes. So that's it for this video. Quite a lot to be excited for, frankly, and I'm looking forward to this week for sure. As always, I do ask you to subscribe to the channel because it helps me out so much. And other than that, everybody, have a good one.